everyone. I hope you're all well and you had a good weekend and you are looking forward to getting some stretches in this morning. So last week we just briefly touched on the 8 limbs of yoga. So we started with Yama, which is the universal moral code, and of that we did Ahimsa, which is non-violence. So today we're going to briefly touch on the second of the yamas, which is called Satya, which is truth. So what it means, obviously don't take it literally, it's just truth in how you speak, but also to be aware of the words that you choose, carefully choose the words that you say to others and that you say to yourself. So when you are talking to yourself in your mind, remember to be kind, choose kind words to yourself, because of course we live our lives wanting to be kind to other people. So in the practice today, if any negative words creep into your head, then please rather replace them with something positive. And of course this goes very well with the Yama from last week, non-violence to yourself and towards others. So we want to live in harmony and peace with ourselves, internally, physically, and to others. Okay, cool. So for today's class, just get a cushion or something that you can sit on. So you're going to prop your hips up, okay? And so we're not going to use this in the rest of the class, so you can just sit on a cushion if you want. And then you're going to sit in Sukhasana or free pose. So you're going to place one foot in front of the other. So it does make the knees come out a little bit wider, which is fine. If you feel like this is very uncomfortable for you, then please just sit cross-legged. Okay, so make sure you're comfortable. Once you find your comfortable position, you're going to bring the palms to face the ceiling. The elbows are next to the body, the shoulders are back and away from the ears, and the sternum is lifted. So you want to be comfortable in this position, and you don't want to have a slumped spine, nice straight spine for the breathing for this morning. And then you're just going to slightly lower your chin, activating our chin lock, which stimulates the thyroid gland. Okay, and then you're going to gently close your eyes. And before we start, you're going to set your intentions for your class. So life is a bit busy at the moment and there's a lot of fear and uncertainty. So we just want to release that from our thoughts for the next hour. This is for yourself. And then we are going to start by exhaling all the stale air in the lungs. And then inhale, pause, exhale, 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 and then inhale to the count of 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. And you can continue breathing at your own pace while I read what we're going to do today. Today we'll be working on a series of yoga poses that stabilize muscles, ease tightness in hamstrings and calves, while strengthening and elongating them. Tight hamstrings reduce the mobility of the pelvis, which can put pressure on the lower back. And our thought for today, yoga is not about touching your toes. It is about what you learn on the way down. And keeping your eyes gently closed, you can place one hand on your heart and the other hand just above the belly button. Inhale confidence and sigh out doubt. Inhale courage and sigh out the fear. Inhale the future and sigh out the past. Inhale love and sigh out hate. Inhale positivity and exhale anything negative. And then you can slowly open your eyes and bringing the hands down. Okay, so I forgot to mention that we are going to need a strap. You don't need blocks for this class, you just need a strap. Okay, so we are going to stay seated on the foam or the cushion, whatever you have. We're just going to do a little bit of movement in the upper body before we start with the hamstrings and the calves. Okay, so we're going to roll the shoulders back, but I really want you to feel that you are moving the entire of the shoulders. So you'll feel it into the back and your chest area. Okay, so we're just going to roll them back a couple of times. So really starting to feel those tight muscles, and then roll them forwards. Okay, and then we're going to roll the wrists a couple of times, and then in the opposite direction, which will feel a bit strange. And then we're going to bring the right arm across, grabbing hold of the right elbow, and you are going to stretch the shoulder. And then across to the other side. And then reaching up to the ceiling, I want you to feel the sides of the body stretching as we bring the right hand down the shoulder blades, and we're grabbing hold of the right elbow as we are stretching the side of the body here. So go to your point of comfort or just enough that you can feel the stretch. You don't want you to damage any of your muscles. And then stretching up to the ceiling, and we're going to go over to the other side. So you'll feel one side will definitely be tighter than the other. And then stretching up to the ceiling, we're going to bring the left hand down. We're not placing it down. You're going to work into the palm of your hand, and the right arm is going, the right hand is going to go over the head as far down the ear as you can, and you are bringing the head over to the right, so you're getting a nice stretch here. So it's a two-way stretch. You're stretching into the hand and into the neck, and then stretching up and across to the other side. Should feel good. And then stretching up to the ceiling as you fold forward. So you're going to place the hands down on the floor or your mat, and then you're going to walk them as far ahead as you can, and then just bring the head down. So you're going to feel the stretch in the lower back. And then walk the hands over to the right. You'll feel this stretch in the opposite hip. And then across to the left. And then to the center. And walk the hands back up. Okay, so you can come off your foam or your cushion, whatever you've got. Okay, we don't need that again. We're going to come into butter corner sun. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet together and bring the heels as close to the perineum as you can. So we're stretching our hip flexors here. Tight hamstrings will cause you to have tight hips as well. Okay, so we're going to bring our fingers around the toes. Okay, so I just want you to lift the sternum here. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're bringing the elbows into the inner knee. Okay, and then you're going to have an extra stretch. And it's a two-way stretch. So we are stretching into the hips by bringing the elbows down onto the inner knee. And you are stretching forwards with a nice straight back as far as you can. And then you are going to release tension in the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can come up and then you can bring the knees together. Okay, stretching them out. Okay, and we're just going to bring a little bit of movement into our calves and into our ankles. So you are going to almost pedal your feet. Hope you can see my toes. Let me move back. Okay, and we're going to point into the right foot while we flex the left and then swap. Okay, so this is now bringing movement and warming up the muscles as well as the ankle joints, and swap. And swap. And swap. Okay, so the knee is going to come up on the flexed leg, that's fine, and swap. Alright, we'll do 3 more to each side, and swap, and swap, and swap, and swap, and last one. Okay, and then you can relax the feet. Alright, we're going to come onto our hands and knees now. We're going to come into the base of Sirsasana. So just to run through it again quickly, if you've got high blood pressure that is not controlled, or you have got any neck issues or any eye pressure problems like detached retina or glaucoma, you're going to leave this out. You're rather going to lie with the legs up the wall. Okay, so we are coming onto our hands and our knees and then down onto our forearms. You are going to measure the distance by grabbing hold of the triceps. This is very important because we need to keep the distance of the elbows here. This is to protect your neck. Okay, and then joining palm to palm, interlacing the fingers, tucking the baby finger under, and bringing the thumbs together and back. This also protects your cervical spine, so make sure that you are looking at this alignment here, and this is how it stays. Okay, and then you're going to place the crown of the head in the apex of the triangle you've created. Okay, and I just want you to practice here really working into the shoulders. So you're pushing the arms down and you'll see that the shoulders lift. Okay, so you're not going to be hanging out, you really are actively working. Okay, then you're digging in the toes and lifting the tailbone up. Okay, so working into those arms and the shoulders. You should have 80% weight on your arms and only 20% on the head. So your hamstrings might feel tight here, especially if you're walking closer, closer, closer. And eventually you're going to lift up. Okay, but for now, you're going to stay in the base and You're going to stay there for as long as feels comfortable for you. And then when you've had enough, you can come into child's pose for a couple of breaths. So each week you want to aim to stay in that a little bit longer. Being upside down has got many benefits. Of course, fresh blood to the brain, so which revitalizes the whole body and it's energizing. So if you can try and do that every day safely, that protects your neck, then that will be great. And then by the time we're back in the studio, I'll have all these Sushasana bases that are beautiful and strong. Okay, if you come down and you're in child's pose for a moment. And then when you've had enough, or when you've been in child's pose, you're going to come onto all fours, walking the hands one space ahead, digging the toes, and coming into a down dog. Okay, so it's probably your first down dog for the day. So you can pedal the feet, bringing movement into the hamstrings. So this is not a fast movement, it's a slow movement, bringing the movement into your hamstrings. The distance between your feet should be about 2 hand spaces, okay? And you're not going to be able to, you shouldn't be able to see your heels, they should be neatly tucked behind you. The weight is evenly distributed into your palms, and you are sending the energy to the back of your mat, so you're sending the chest through the arms, lifting that tailbone up. And we're going to come into plank here. So inhale, and as you exhale, you're coming forwards, bringing the shoulders over the wrists, into plank, and then push back into down dog. Into plank, and pushing back into down dog. We'll do 5 of those, so 3 more. Into plank, push back into down dog. 2 more, into plank, push back into down dog. Into plank, last one, push back into down dog. Revolving the shoulders open. And then you can walk the hands towards the feet, coming into ragdoll pose. So you're going to have the big toes in, the heels out. You can micro bend the knees, and you're just going to fold forward, feeling all of that weight falling off you. You can either grab a hold of your arms, or you can let your hands hang loosely. And on your head, yes, and no, and yes, and no. And then straighten out the feet, bend the knees, and come to a standing position, vertebra by vertebra, with your head the last thing to pop up. Okay, cool, right. So we're going to do a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar now. Okay, so you're going to come to the front of the mat. The inner rim of the feet are together. Okay, everybody there? Cool. So the inner rim of the feet are together. You're feeling the energy. Draw up the shins, up the kneecaps, up the thighs. You're tucking the tailbone under, bringing the belly button towards the spine. The sternum is lifted, shoulders are back. You are now strong and balanced in Tadasana or mountain pose. So when we talk about a Tadasana spine, it's a straight line from the crown of the head to the sternum to the coccyx. Okay, and we're going to do Couple of rounds of breathing here. Remember not to lift the shoulders. Okay, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And bringing the hands into Namaste. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're folding forward at the waist, placing the hands above the knees. Okay, so your spine is nice and straight here. Okay, extra stretch looking forwards. As you bring the hands down, or the fingertips down, onto the mat ahead of you, extra stretch looking forwards, and then you can walk the hands to either side of your feet or your ankles, grabbing hold of the ankles. You can micro bend your knee as you tuck in Uttanasana. Bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping the right foot back. Okay, and we are going to come onto the knee of the right leg. Okay, and we're going to come into a low lunge here. So you're going to lunge forwards for a moment. Okay, and then you're going to untuck the toes. As we are bringing the hips back, you're going to straighten the left leg. You can come down to sitting down onto your right heel, and we are stretching into the left leg now. So you're going to work into the baby toe side. You're going to feel this in your hamstrings. Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, you can come back up, bringing the hands next to the front foot, front to meet the back, onto all fours as you come into extended child. Inhale, and as you exhale, you are creating space in the spine. As you are rolling the shoulders over the wrists, bending the elbows towards the body as you come down onto the tummy, into baby cobra. Just lifting the hands off the mat. The toes are firmly planted. Bringing the hands down to either side of the chest and coming back into extended child. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, coming onto all fours, stepping the right foot in between the hands, okay, and then you're going to repeat what we did in the beginning. So you're coming into a low lunge, digging in the toes. So we are stretching the hip flexor here, and then untucking the toes as we're coming down, sitting on the heel and working into the toes. Okay, so you'll feel the stretch in the hamstrings. Inhale. Remember to still have a nice straight spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, and as you exhale, coming back up, digging in the toe of the back foot, back to meet the front, tucking in Uttanasana. Inhale, arms up over the head and hands into Namaste. Okay, and to the other side. Inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale as we're folding forwards, placing the hands or fingertips onto the mat ahead of you. Extra stretch, looking forwards as we tuck in Uttanasana. Bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping the left foot back, dropping onto the knee. And you're coming into a low lunge here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, untucking the toes, coming down onto your heel and stretching, working to baby toe side. There's a very loud truck outside, sorry about that. Inhale, some kind of delivery truck. Inhale, and as you exhale, coming back up, bringing the foot to meet the back, coming into extended child. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're creating space, bending the elbows towards the body as you're bringing the chest down onto the tummy and into baby cobra. And then sliding back into extended child. pause and stepping the left foot in between the hands, coming into the low lunge. You're tucking in the toes of the back foot. And tucking the toes as we are coming back into sitting on the foot, and on the heel rather, and you're working into the baby toe side of the foot. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, coming back up, digging in the toes of the back foot, back to meet the front, tucking in Uttanasana. Inhale, arms up over the head, and hands into Namaste. Okay, we're going to do another 2 of those. This time we are going to go into plank briefly, okay? And we're going to first do a high lunge and then go into plank. But you can repeat what we've just done. Okay, you're at the front of the mat, hands in Namaste. Inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale as you're folding forwards, placing the hands or the fingertips onto the mat ahead of you. Extra stretch looking forwards as you tuck in Uttanasana. Bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping the right foot back. Okay, so we're not going to lift the torso up here. We're just coming into a high lunge where you are lunging into the left leg. Okay, so you can have the hands down on either side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, front to meet the back into plank just for a moment. Then you can drop the knees down, elbows towards the body. So we're not going to do up dog today. We're going to practice the cat bows. Elbows are bending towards the body as you are bringing the chest down to hover just above the mat, onto tummy, and tucking the toes into baby cobra. Inhale, and as you exhale, digging in the toes and coming into a down dog. Okay. So the down dog should feel a little bit less tight on the hamstrings after the first 2 Surya Namaskars. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're looking towards the front of the mat, coming onto the toes as you're stepping the right foot in between the hands, okay, or shuffling it forwards, and then bringing the back foot to meet the front, tucking in Uttanasana. Inhale, arms up over the head, and hands into Namaste. Okay, last one, everybody. Cool, hands into Namaste. Inhale, arms up. Exhale as you're folding forwards, placing the hands onto the mat. Extra stretch, looking forwards, tucking in Uttanasana. Bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping the left foot back. Okay, we are lunging into the front leg. Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, front foot meets the back into plank for a moment, dropping onto the knees, elbows go towards the body as you are hovering just above the mat, and then onto your tummy into baby cobra. Placing the hands down, digging in the toes, and coming into a down dog. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, you can come onto your toes, look towards the front of the mat, stepping the left foot in between the hands, front, back to meet the front, tucking in Uttanasana, inhale, arms up over the head, and hands into Namaste. Okay, everybody awake, alert, and alive. Cool, okay. So when we do go back to the studio, there is, obviously at the moment, we will need to wear masks. So just so that you all know, we won't be doing too many Surya Namaskars. It'll look like the first 2, just so that we can learn to slow the breathing down as we are doing our asanas. Okay, cool. So we are in the middle of the mat, and you're going to step the feet out. So the ideal distance is the inner leg length, but please go to where you feel comfortable. Cool, okay. Fingertips together as we are stretching out. So you want a straight line from fingertips to fingertips as you are turning on the ball of the right foot to 90 and the heel of the back foot to 60. Checking your alignment. Front foot is bisecting the back foot. So you can also draw lines on your mat, which will help with your alignment. Okay, so this is warrior 2. We practice this each week. Inhale, and as you exhale, you are bending into the right leg. If you feel like the distance is too, your legs feel too narrow, then you widen from the back foot. Okay. And we are not surging forwards. The mass of the body is in the center. You're revolving the kneecap to the back. Inhale. Exhale. You can look over the front hand if your neck allows it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can straighten out that front leg, coming into a Tisha Trikonasana. Create space under the armpit as you are reaching forwards, placing the hand above the knee or below the knee, never on the knee, and the opposite hand is coming into the waist, revolving that chest open. Okay, so very important asana for our lung, building lung capacity. If you would like to take it a step further, you're going to bring the arm up, and then again, if your neck allows it, you can look up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, up you come, bringing the feet to the center. You can bring the hands down. Normally we would finish the asana by bringing the feet back, but today we will just go over to the other side. So, turning on the ball of the left foot to 90 and the heel of the back foot to 60. Checking your alignment. Front foot is bisecting the back. Inhale, and as you exhale, bending into the left leg. So really try not to surge forwards. It's ideal if you do it in front of a mirror and then you can see the mass of the body in the center. Okay. So this pose is obviously working the ankles and the legs and the calves, but it is also very good for sciatica, for your hip flexors. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, straightening that leg out, creating space under the armpit as you are reaching forwards, placing the hand above the knee or never on the knee. So above or below, opposite hand into the waist. You can check your alignment. Second toe, thumb and shoulder in a straight line, revolving that chest open, and up the arm comes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, up you come, bringing the hands down, straightening the legs or the feet, and bringing the feet together. All right, we are going to need our straps here. Okay. If you need a wall, you can lean your back against the wall, or you can place one hand into the wall. Otherwise, we're going to give our balance a go to see what it's like today. With your strap, you're going to create a loop. Okay. You're going to place the loop into the right foot. Okay. And then you're going to bring the straps into the right hand. Okay, so we're coming into Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, so it is a very big hamstring stretch as well as a balancing asana. You're going to bring the thumb of the left hand into the bony part of the spine, and you're taking all your weight onto the left leg. Okay, so play around with your balance first. Okay, once you feel like you've got your balance, you are going to inhale, and as you exhale, you are bringing the leg up. Okay, and you're holding onto the strap. So you're puffing your chest out and sticking the buttocks out, okay, as you are lifting the leg up. So you want to have a nice straight leg here, so you are stretching your hamstrings Inhale, lengthening the hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, if you would like to take it a step further, you're going to bring the leg out. Counteract the balance by bringing the left arm out. And then in. Out. In. Out. And then back to the center, bringing the thumb into the bony part of the spine. You're going to go to your maximum, and then you can release. Well done, everybody. Okay, so if you've got very long hamstrings, you can grab hold of your big toe. Okay. I'm going to take the strap into the left leg. The opposite hand is going into the waist. All right, so find your balance on the right leg. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're lifting the leg up. So one side might be much easier than the other, your balance. The thumb is in the bony part of the spine. Focusing on a spot that's non-moving. On every exhalation, you are going to stretch your leg a little bit more, going to your maximum. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, and as you exhale, you can bring the leg out, counteracting the balance to the center, out, to the center, and last one, to the center, bringing the hand into the waist, lifting the leg up as much as you can, and then you can release. Place your straps down. Okay, so if you are doing that one, holding the big toe, the hand is still in the waist, you are going to grab hold of the big toe with the thumb and the forefinger. Okay. Lifting that chest up, so the same rules apply. Inhale, and as you exhale, you straighten that leg out. So you're still holding the big toe. Okay, so that is what it's going to look like if you are using your hand to reach your thumb. I know there are your hand to reach your toe. I know there are a few of you that can do that quite well. Okay, you're going to stand with your feet hip distance apart. We're coming into the last of our standing poses, so these are the relief postures. Okay, so the thumbs in the bony part of the spine. Inhale, opening up that chest. Exhale as you're folding forwards. Placing the hands down. Extra stretch looking forwards. As you bring the forefinger and thumb around the toes, pushing the toes down with the thumbs, widening at the elbows. Eventually chin will go beyond the knees. So this is Padangusthasana. It's a forward fold, so it's calming and soothing to the nerves. And it aids in digestion. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, if you would like to take it a step further, you're going to stamp on the hands, on the palm of the hands up to the wrists. Otherwise, just stay where you were. Okay, and then again, widening at the elbows, releasing tension in the neck. This asana is particularly good for carpal tunnel syndrome. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, you can bring your hands out. You're going to work yourself into a down dog. Your last down dog. The hamstrings should feel awesome now. And then coming down on wide knees, big toes together, stretching out onto fingertips, bringing palm on palm and resting the forehead on your hands for a few moments. you're going to stretch forwards onto fingertips as you're walking the hands back, back, back. And you're going to come down to lying on your side. You're going to need your strap. Okay, so we're going to do Anantasana, or couch pose. Okay, and you are going to come onto the hip. So you are stacking the hips. Okay, so right now you are doing the right side. Okay, so this is also a balancing asana because it's quite wobbly when you are trying to balance or stack your hips. There's several options, or there's two options you can do with your hand. You can either bring the hand into the neck, okay, or you can straighten out the arm and bring the head onto the tricep. Okay, so you'll have to see which one is better for you. You're going to grab your strap, bringing the strap around the left leg, okay, and then again you're going to find your balance. So it's common to roll back. Okay, you're going to try and stack the hips. And then on every exhalation, you're bringing the leg or the foot closer to the top of the mat. The elbow is going to go in front of the knee. Okay, so it's very wobbly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to your maximum, and then you can exhale and release. If you've grabbed hold of the big toe, okay, you are still bringing the elbow onto the center or to the front of the leg, okay, and you can bring the leg down now. We're just going to lift the leg 10 times, so you can place the hand ahead of you for balance, and you're working into the toes, okay, so you're flexing the foot, and ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you can roll over onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest. And we're going to go over to the other side. Okay, so I'm just going to face you. Okay, so you're going to stack the hips, finding your comfortable balance, okay, bringing the strap into the foot, and straightening out that leg, or if you're grabbing hold of the toe, that's cool, okay, and then you are going to bring the leg as close, or the foot as close to the head as you can. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, and as you exhale you can release, and then we're going to lift the leg 10 times, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done, everybody. You can roll over onto your back. Hugging the knees into the chest. Okay, we're going to do some abdominal work now. So we are going to interlace the fingers and create a hammock around the neck, bringing the elbows together. Okay, so you do have the option to not lift the head, so do what's good for you. Bringing the knees into the chest as you lift the legs up. So you're working into the baby toe side of the foot, so the feet are flexed. Okay, so the aim of this is to try and flatten the belly button against the spine. Okay, so you can make this as hard or as easy, so let's really work at it today. Inhale, and as you exhale, lifting the shoulders and the head off the mat, okay, as you are pushing the belly button down. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Okay, we're going to go for 15 this time. Okay, stretching the legs up. Inhale, and as you exhale, lifting the head and shoulders off the mat. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Elbows to the right, look to the right. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then to the center. 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. Okay, we can't go home uneven. We've got to do that to the left. Lifting the legs up. Inhale, and as you exhale, head and shoulders off the mat. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Look to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5. To the center. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can release. Hugging the knees into the chest. And then coming into happy baby pose. So you're grabbing hold of the outside of the feet. Knees are going into the armpits. And you can roll around. You can stretch the legs out. Do whatever feels good for you. And then you can bring the knees together. We're going to rock and roll on our spine 5 times until you are at a seated position. So you are getting the prana, the life force, running up and down the spine. It's anti-aging. It's very good for our spinal health. Okay, and then once you are at a seated position, we are going to do one final forward fold and a twist. Okay, so you're going to sit cross-legged, bringing the arms, the hands beside you. Inhale, reaching those arms up. Exhale as you're folding forward. So you should feel that your hips and the lower back feel much better. Inhale, exhale, inhale. And as you exhale, you can walk the hands back up. Okay, so we're going to do a twist to end off with. Inhale, lifting those arms up. Exhale as you bring the left hand onto the right knee. The right hand is going to go behind you, so behind the buttocks. You're going to use this opportunity to use your leg and the floor as a lever to twist. Okay, so inhale, and as you exhale, you are twisting and looking over the back shoulder. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale, looking over the front, and then you can release. Okay, we're going to do the same to the other side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, placing the right hand onto the left knee. The left hand is going to go behind you, and you are twisting to the back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and as you exhale to the front, and then you can release. Cool, so warm things on if you need them, and then we are going to do a bit of back therapy before we go into Shavasana. Okay, so you're going to lie down on the back. The soles of the feet are on the mat, the knees are up, and you're going to bring the arms out alongside you, palms facing the ceiling. Dropping the knees over to the right and look to the left. And swap. And swap. And swap. And then to the center, you're going to bring the knees together, toe heel, the feet out to the edges of the mat, and then dropping the knees over to the right, look to the left, and swap. And swap. Hugging the knees into the chest, creating little circles using the low back. And then in the opposite direction. As you're placing the feet down, stretching the legs out. The arms are alongside you. The arms are not too close to the body to allow air to flow to the armpits. As you're working into the toes, and release. Working into the calves and the thighs, and release. Working into the hip area, and release. Working into your abdominals and the chest, and release. Working into your fingertips, and release. Working into the arms, and release. Working into the shoulders, and release. The chin is tucked in slightly. The eyes are gently closed. The tongue is loosely in the mouth as you're starting to feel the muscles in the face relaxing and around the temples relaxing. On every exhalation, you're feeling the body melting into the mat for a few moments of complete Shavasana. slowly time to come to the here and the now. So you can start by breathing a little bit deeper, bringing awareness back to the body by moving the fingertips and the toes, having a stretch and a yawn if you need to, and then rolling over onto your right and just pausing there for a moment. Our reading for today: go within, heal within, grow within, reflect within, control within, master within, love within, bless within, shine within. And our positive affirmation for today: all that I desire, I deserve, and it is flowing through me now from the infinite supply of the universe. And then you can slowly come to a seated position. Thank you for all joining me today. I hope that you go into the rest of the week feeling happy, with your heart wide open and feeling stretched. So I will see you safely virtually on the mat next week. Namaste.